Good evening, everyone. Michael Mechanical here with a bit of a vlog, video. Ugh, a bit uncomfortable ways of making videos with people around. Today, fellas, I'm going to be starting to work on the white Pajero again, even though I don't really feel like I really want to do this stuff. It's probably more or less the reason why I didn't want to do this stuff on my own, would rather do this as a team, is because you've got to do all the work with the videos, you've got to do all the work with the actual vehicle, and if you have to do it on your own and you don't have support equipment or whatever, you can actually hurt yourself, which I'm suffering a bit for pushing this on my own. This is my dad's car, and yet I did this on my own. I pushed it in and went from over here where it's been sitting for a little while, pulled it back out here and then pushed it uphill into the shed. And this is where it was dripping water onto the concrete. This is where the grass has been growing under the car, where the gardeners couldn't reach. And you can sort of see the outline of the box body here somewhere. Anyway, nevertheless, the car is out. It's in the shed. Looks like it's been dripping some fluids here, which doesn't seem normal. Wonder what that fluid is from. It's not from the Fairlane. It's got to be from this car somewhere, because the Fairlane is not in the shed right now. So I want to look into that and make sure it's not leaking trans fluid, because that's a trans fluid line right there. And if it's leaking, we have a bit of a problem, Houston. And what we've got is we've got the 4056T that is going to come out temporarily. Yes, I said temporarily. Congratulations on picking up on that. But it's coming out temporarily. It's going to get some seals redone on the bottom end. Inside we have some parts in here. I think there's some bits behind the seat here. And the hardest one, which I need the key for, I have to get on the other side of the car because the back door is actually locked, I'm pretty sure. It's not magic. Here we have the manifolds that we're going to be using. And then in here, we have a brand new head. It was never whatever you call it. It's been sitting here since 2020. So it's almost 5 years it's been sitting in here, waiting for someone to put it together again. So we've had this for more than 5 years, and yet we've not used it much since it was a backup car. So getting this thing back on the road and running again is a goal. And then it's going to get, once I'm done with it, I'm doing only the bare basic stuff that I have to do. After that, this car is going to go to an actual mechanic that's going to go over the car, because they can put it on a hoist, they know all the calibrations, and they can identify some things which it's just too hard to do. It's such a low car, I couldn't even get under it if I tried back in the day, because it's just so low. It doesn't look so low in this image, it looks pretty high. But it's so low to the ground that I can only crawl under it as it is. I can't get on I can't actually get on this and crawl under it because it's just so low. I mean, it's helpful and all, but unfortunately the car is just way too low to the ground. So the creeper doesn't help me too much. Now the worst part is going to be space, and we're going to run out of it pretty quickly, because with this alleyway, we've got that big ass table, we've got all this space here that we could push things more towards this way, including the table. And because we've got the oil leak on the ground, I need to investigate why is there oil on the ground. There shouldn't be any oil on the ground, so there's a leak somewhere. And if it's the radiator, that's bad, because that was done and yet it shouldn't be leaking. If it's a hose, easy, get some new hose and replace it. Now, based on the hose thing, somewhere I might actually have some spare hose. Look, there's some spare hose here, whether it's fuel or not. There's a water heater hose, whatever this one is, I don't know. I'm better off just pulling it down, checking the grade. This is gross heater hose. So they're water heater hoses. So the plan, the intention with this car right now, is I'm going to do very, very minimal work to this. I'm going to be pulling it out. And when it's out, it's going to go on this engine stand temporarily, and hopefully do it in one day. The bottom end is coming apart partially, and we're going to be redoing the seals on the very bottom end of the engine. The idea behind doing the seals on the bottom of the engine is because it was leaking oil. I don't know where it was leaking exactly from, so the investigation on that is going to be the factor coming out. It is, on this model, not possible to drop the sump while the engine's in. On the Triton MJ it's possible, but this car, it's just too close together, so it's easier to just pull the engine out and do it outside of the car. I got told and advised by my mechanics to use the black Toyota silicone stuff, which is what I've got, and that's what I'm going to use. And we're going to see how things go. Now, another note, because of time constraints, it is way too hard to make videos on this stuff, because I need to do it in like 2 days, which is today, and I don't have very many hours left of the day anyway. Then I have tomorrow, and then I'm back to work the next day, and I only get 1 day breaks. So if I can do it in 2 days, that's the goal. That's the timeline. Unless I had a whole week off, then I've got the ability to maybe make videos. So I just want to put that out there. I will try to do a vlog, a couple of vlogs here and there while I'm doing this, to show you where we're at and what we're doing and where things have gone right and wrong, to review it. And it will be sort of like, call it part-time series sort of thing, because I want to have it out so I can show you where the oil was leaking, and I can explain to you as best as I can why it was leaking. And if I can't, then I want to leave it open to everyone's opinions on what causes the leak or why it was leaking in the first place, if it's like something you can't even figure out. Or maybe if there's a crack in the block and we didn't even know about it, that would be a fun one. Anyway, I'm Michael Mechanical. I'm going to have to sign off for now, but thank you very much for your time and patience. Take care.